Okay, this time inside Photoshop, we are going to start with an image. So everyone inside Fire Up Photoshop, this is our experimentation yesterday. File, open. So let's go File, open, and then navigate to that image you found that you would like to experiment with as the background. I am going to choose, what did I choose? Arrowhead, correct? Okay, yes. So this is the image that I'm going to use. I'm going to just dock some of my panels over here on the right, and then I'm going to click on the word layers and just turn this layers over a little bit, pull that panel over. I'm probably going to go ahead and dock my character panel too. So make sure you have your layers panel showing, and then File, open to navigate that image to open up. A couple of things that I meant to go over the last time we met was, let's say that you are short on time. You know that you don't really need the focus to be the image. This is the likeness that we have on it. It needs to be just like a graphical element. So there's a couple different ways we can do that. First of all, best practice is go ahead and on your layers panel, unlock that background layer. Click the double click. How do you get your layers panel? Go up to window and then down to layers. Did you find it? Yeah. Okay, awesome. So we're going to click once to unlock that background layer. And then I'm going to go up to the word filter and then down to filter gallery. Up to the word filter and then down to filter gallery. Now you can see, oh, this applied, excuse me. Up to filter, down to filter gallery. Then on the right-hand side, there are a lot of different folders that you can use your pullover to expand. Look how cool that makes it look. This is colored pencil. I can even change the attributes, the stroke pressure, paper brightness, if I need it to be super dark to put a light graphic, or I can make this graphic bleached out to put in dark graphics. So take about 2 minutes to expand each of those folders. That's a nice, oh, that's really sharp right there. So this halftone is great. Remember we talked about that image that they made it yellow? So you could take an image, and when your foreground color, like this changed with my foreground. So if I actually change my foreground color to a yellow, and then click OK, and then go filter to filter gallery, my halftone pattern is going to be my foreground color. Ba-bam. I can even make it grainier. It's probably easier to see on the back of my screen. This looks like the original Matrix. Here's a line halftone. That's hard to see what it really is. Circle. I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to stick with this halftone. I'm going to bring the contrast down a little bit. Okay, I think I'm going to stop there for a second. So I can see some more details. Okay, so notice. So up to filter, and then you have to go to the second filter gallery. I made that mistake because I had been working in filter gallery before. That top filter gallery only applies what was the last previously saved state. So if you get to all of a sudden you change and you don't know what happened, go up to filter and then down to the menu of filter gallery. This is also where we can put in different filters such as, oh, even I can ripple this if I wanted to. Look what happens when I ripple it. Let me zoom out. It makes it, we're going to make a fire text. I can make it look like it's fire. I can come in and try. So let's do one more minute to go through all the different blurs. I can blur this out. Oh yeah, this is too much. But I can blur that a little bit. Don't want too much blur because that will create movement in eyes. So I'm going to cancel this actually. Okay, in 30 seconds, we're going to put one of those brushes that we made. Go ahead and set yourself up for success with choosing a foreground color. So I'm going to go ahead and choose red as my foreground color and then click OK. Then I will go to my brush on my keyboard. So B, I can click B on my keyboard. I don't need Nemo anymore. I need to go ahead and choose that arrowhead. I will bracket up. That's 2 keys over on the right. And or you can increase the size here. I'm going to pop, that's still too big. I'm going to pop a Chiefs logo. I'm going to put one right. Actually, I'm going to start here. So I'm going to put a Chiefs logo in the bottom right-hand corner. And I'm going to go ahead and create a large one and situate it here. I don't love that. You can, 2 ways you can make it bigger. You can bracket to the right of your P, or you can click on your pull down on your options toolbar and decrease the size of your brush. I'm going to sneak one here. I'm going to sneak one right in there. And again, I can even change colors here. And I can put a white one on the very top to give this some depth. And then we will start with the last thing that we really hammered in Photoshop was the layer masking. So I downloaded a picture of a player. So I'm going to go File, Place Embedded. This is exactly what we did with Underwater over and over. So I'm going to go File, Place Embedded, and I'm going to navigate to find the picture of the running football player, number 17. Let's see. Actually, I'll use a Lancer for this one. Okay, then I'm going to click place. Now let's say that I want to cut out just this player. Reminder, I can't do anything unless I commit that edit with the check mark. And then I'll go to my quick selection tool. Actually, I'm going to try path of least resistance. I'm going to try object selection tool. So I go to the 4th tool down, click and hold and go to object selection. I'm going to make a box around what I would like. And it does a pretty darn good job, except I have this photographer's hand. So I'm going to go to my quick selection tool. Then there are some tiny pluses and minuses. This is adding to your selection or subtracting from selection. And I know I want to subtract this person's arm from the selection. So I'm going to resize my brush, which is the bracket, and then I'm going to subtract this selection. And it looks like I went too far in, so I'm going to go back to the plus sign, even tinier brush, and add in this player's arm. That looks pretty darn good. Then on my layers panel, I'm going to come over to my layer mask thumbnail, which is the tiny rectangle with the circle. And bam, I have a Lancer in GEHA field. I can Command T, reminder. I can Command T to resize. And then also we can do the same effects with this player. I can go up to filter, down to filter gallery. And let's see what that looks like. Oh, I don't love that, but that just shows you an idea. There's one little trick I did is that I had to rasterize this graphic. So all I did was a control click rasterize in order to get that filter to work. I'm going to change this filter because I don't love that. Let me see what neon, just for the sake of. Okay, that'll work for what I need, just to do a demonstration. Then I will pop up with red. I'm going to add some text in here right now. So I can go to my text tool and remember what we did at the beginning of class where we downloaded that NFL Chiefs font. I can go to my pull down and it's called NFL Chiefs. So bam, I can find that NFL Chiefs font. I will make a bounding box of the area I think the size pretty sure I want to make it. And add in my word. Here we know that the options pop up on the top. I can center. If I want to change to white, I can do that. If I want to add a blend mode, which is what we talked about, the F of X, if I click on that text layer on my layer panel, then I go to my layer style, which is the F of X, then to blending options. I'm going to click on this gray to move it over so I can see. Reminder, I click on the word stroke to change the attributes. The square, the check mark box only applies. I can even put in a pattern here. Look, I can put in this little Chiefs pattern. I don't love that. That's not really useful to me, but you can. All right, the gradient's not bad. Need to see this a little more. Okay. So reminder, you can put in all kinds of great details to give depth and interest with layer style, and that's clicking on my text layer on the layers panel and then down to layer style, remembering that we click on the word, not the box, in order to edit. Let me add in a little outer glow, of course. Instead of white, I don't need white. I'm going to go ahead and sample the light yellow, or actually, let me see what this little red. Yeah, that'll do just for in terms of lecturing today. So now I have this text that I can then move around. and keep building this composite. I can even go to my image, and then you can still add in glow and stroke to an image. So if I come over to my layer style, I can even put a red outer glow on the image that I cut out and did a layer masking. I'm going to put a cover light. The color overlay does not actually. Let me see what this does. And I can decrease the opacity. That's kind of cool. Now, this is obviously, I would do more of a, what we saw with the, on Instagram with the paper tear and more interest. This was just in terms of demonstrating what we're going to do. The next block, we're going to be working purely on a composite where we layer mask, put in different effects, start with a background, and build an image, build a scene, build a look. That was a lot today. We only have 10 minutes left of class. I'm going to stop sharing. Thank you.